All right, day 62 on road to a million. No, yesterday I said that there was only 28 days in February. Found out that there's actually 29. Did not know next year's a leap year, so there's actually going to be 366 videos. Today, all I really did, went on a walk, about 2 hour walkish or so to return my laptop because today was my last day on my corporate job, which grateful that that's done and over with. Now it's time for me to move on to different things. Did end up editing one short for my anime YouTube channel. Did that took about 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then ended up going doing yoga, meditate a little bit. Did end up doing something that I didn't end up wanting to do today before having one of my friends come over. I'm still working on trying to give up that and be 100% in the celibacy realm. I don't know why it still comes up once a week. Seems like it's every Friday or Saturday, which is odd. It's just those are the days that it seems to come. So I'm working on it still, one day at a time. And then, just trying to, I guess, help out a friend, make sure that she doesn't have to go through some of those tough things that a lot of us seem to go through nowadays, which it sucks because we seem to want to make everything better. We want to make other people better. We want to show other people what is possible. I know I've wanted to do it and I've done it multiple times and tried to, and it never seems to work. So I have this quote right here: no one to change but self, because I can't change what somebody else does. And after doing yoga, I was talking to one of the instructors about how it's like, one of the people got mad at me for flowing in a different way or not following the exact structure. And she's like, oh, I'd never do that. I was like, that's kind of my thought. Like, I can't control what somebody else is doing. All I can really do is control my own actions and my own thoughts, because those are the things that I do have control over. And we've always been told, and I think I talked about this on day maybe 54, maybe 55. Not exactly sure. That everything was outside of us, and everything is like, everything that we see is because that's what we were told to see, when in reality those are just the things that we are deciding to see each and every single day. So that's why I do these videos. That's why I'll keep doing them until I reach the $1 million mark, or just 1 million subs, until I reach that million part, because it's a daily struggle sometimes. But the struggle that I've come to realize from one of those lectures that I was listening today is it's more of like an internal thing. It's not so much of an external thing. It's more of like through spirituality and through being able to look within ourselves and being able to realize that everything that happens can be related to the universe, can be related to God, but it could also just be related to self. Like, if we're able to change who we are inside, then everything else starts to be reflected on the outside. I've started to see that more firsthand lately. It's all about, I guess, making a choice and sticking with that choice. And that's why, I still do want to read the book, The Mountain Is You. It's just I've taken some other books, 101 Essays, which was another great book that I'd highly recommend. Listen to that when I first moved out. I'd have to say that the more self-inquiry that I've done over the years, it has brought in much more clarity than I would have had if I wouldn't have done those self-inquiries, because I've been able to understand who I am as a person. And understanding who I am is probably one of the best realizations that I've ever come to, because no matter what somebody may think or believe or say or act in a certain way, that's not necessarily true. Because I can get upset over small little things, and I used to get upset over small little things. Why? Because I wasn't allowing myself to feel the ways that I needed to feel. And that's why now, whenever something does happen or something maybe doesn't go the way that I need it to go, I just kind of take a step back, I breathe, I process it. I'm like, okay, you know what? This isn't something that I have to get upset over. This isn't something I have to worry about. I just have to continually move forward and try to build those relationships, or try to fix things that need to be fixed, because clearly I've struggled with them in the past, as you guys have seen in probably, I think, day 30 or something like that, when I was bouncing back and forth of what I needed to do, because half the time I don't even know. I don't know why certain things happen and why certain things transpire in the ways that they do. It just seems to be how I was conditioned. I'm working on it. I'm trying to break those conditions. I'm trying to break those patterns. It takes time. It's not something that I purposely do. It's not something that I intend to do. It's just I don't know any better. And until I know that I mess up or I screw up, then that's at the point to where I can make the adjustments. That's where I can change. That's where I can pivot, and that's where I can learn. It's just too often some of those mess ups that I have, or some of the failures that I have along the way, it ruins certain relationships or aspects that I don't want them to ruin. And it sucks, because it's not something that I ever intentionally mean to do. It's just sometimes I don't know what it is inside of me. Maybe it's aspects from my parents, and I don't try to blame them, as you guys have seen. It's just when I'm surrounded by them so often, and I was, and conditioned to see things this way or that way and get upset. Like, growing up, it was always walking on eggshells around my dad because I never knew what was going to happen. I never knew if something was going to tip him off or something I would say would make him be angry. And I guess there's probably aspects of that within myself that I still have to work on, as I've been able to see. It takes time. And that's why all I can really do is continue to move forward and do the best that I know how to, because I'm trying. I feel like that's all I can really ask for. So that's pretty much all I had for day 62, I would say. No, this video is, I think, a little bit shorter than some other ones, but just something that I want to share with you guys, and see you on March 1st now, it looks like.